Let go. Give me 2 purse. I need 2 purse so I can get the stomping in my earth. Oh, big boy, stomping in my. I say, give me them 2 purse. I need them 2 purse. It's like, what to do with it is y'all? Sugar Black Pop, aka Soda Baby, aka Asuka. You know, tuned in to Talk TV. So, on today's topic, we're going to be talking about having haters. And when you realize that you have haters, that's just the ultimate sign of improvement. And when you start to truly love yourself, you start to see how everyone else does it because they project onto you. And the more noticeable your improvement is, the more jealousy it breeds, the more it entices weaker people. You have to see that as a sign that you're on the right path, because you're going to get the positive reinforcement from the people that see themselves in you. And because of that, you're going to be able to see why certain people hate on you, because you have what they lack. And it's not because they can't do it. It's because they just don't like themselves enough, or they care too much about what people think. And personally, I feel like it's easier for people to hate on women more because it's too easy for you to get what you want. You know, all you have to do is look better, be softer, and have a purpose for why you're doing it. Even some men can resent women because it's too easy for you to transform. All you have to do is just wear makeup one day and put on a dress, change your hair, and you've transformed. You know, put on a waist trainer and you've lost the weight, because a waist trainer really accentuates everything else and just makes you look smaller. So that's all that really matters. You know, you place yourself in a better area and you can meet someone who is willing to change your life. For a man, he has to go to the gym for months and grind to finally get those physical results that he's looking for, and, you know, work hard and long to finally get real money, you know, legal money. And simply for a woman to take care of herself in a certain way, it says how you feel about yourself, and people can feel how you feel about yourself. And when it's of a higher vibration and other people don't resonate with it, all they can do is stoop to the closest vibration that they're on, which would probably be lower than that. And when you work in a certain environment and there's a difference between the way you take care of yourself versus other people there, you know, the girls who get it, and the girls who don't won't. And then you start getting those comments from people like, what are you doing here? You're too pretty to be working here. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. You should model, etc. You need to go to a place where you're appreciated for taking care of yourself. And that's when female higher ups start turning into the fashion police and start questioning you on personal things. And why? It's because you outshine the master. You know, you have the position, you have the car, you have the man. What you policing me for what I'm looking like? Sometimes you can be too sexy to be working somewhere. And it just is what it is. And it just goes to show you a woman's truest power is not your position. It's your femininity. It's just you being in your truest nature. And it's easy to say that, for men to say they want more feminine women, but in real life, it's hard because women don't feel safe to be feminine, because when you are in that truest essence of femininity, people try to demonize it. Why? Because it's too powerful. They'll try to exploit you and call you a hoe, and, you know, just try to make you the villain because you put more time into yourself. And I love speaking about it because I know that people who need to hear it and see it, I'm making it more comfortable and safe for you to be in that, because it honestly, it can get uncomfortable. But when you continue to embrace it and practice it, the more confident you get. And when you walk into it owning it, you own the room. And sometimes a girl can be prettier than you, have more going on, in different ways. But just because you believe in yourself, you love yourself enough to chase your aspirations and your goals, they'll be trying to act like they're helping you, but secretly trying to sabotage it and slow you down because it's not them. And they can't stand to see that it's not them because you have what they lack. And, when things like that happen, you just have to understand those are the people that don't deserve you anyway. You don't need to be around certain environments. You just have to see that as that type of sign, because sometimes people don't realize that it's not even about finding your tribe. Sometimes you are the tribe and you don't even realize that you're just the fucking leader. And people don't understand how much mental strength that takes to express your truest passions. People don't understand how much deprogramming that you have to do, of breaking your own heart of the beliefs that the world lied to you about, for you to realize your own power. People will never know how many years it takes to finally gain genuine confidence in yourself. So either way, if you believe in yourself, you should be disregarding naysayers anyway, because they're only naysaying it because subconsciously they're admitting that you do have power within believing in yourself. And have the nerve to be good at something, right? And actually practice it publicly and really love it and get lost in it. You'll get to see how miserable people are because you have what they lack. And it comes from a real place, because there's nothing outside that you're using to validate it. You're validating yourself. And you have to express yourself. You have to let it out, because you got to show the world that this is really who you are, so the right people can find you. Sometimes life has to test you to really see, is this really, really who you are? Because when you really start becoming who you really are, you start to shed all that fake shit. And it's not because people are just evil. Some people are just evil, but most of the time people are just possessed by their own emotions towards themselves and America's programming, and they just don't believe in themselves the way you do. Because in life, most people will believe in this religion, believe in that spirituality, believe in that myth, believe in that law. They'll believe in everything else but themselves. And the people that do believe in themselves are accused of being narcissists. They're accused of being selfish and greedy and materialistic. They want to call you materialistic, but if you go to church and you always give, your offerings and your tithes, and this time you just really don't have it because you don't get paid till a certain time, they looking at you funny. They looking at you a certain type of way. Clearly your God is materialistic. God ain't broke. So what does that say? If you want to get closer to God, you got to have some money. Hallelujah. They want to say that certain people worship the devil, it's Illuminati, because allegedly some people sacrifice certain family members. Some people sacrifice goats and chicken in the name to get fame, but yet your God sacrificed his only begotten son, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, so that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life, as long as you pray to him. That sounds very narcissistic. And certain things you just gotta question. certain conspiracy theorists, why they're just so into it. Some things you just got, I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying you just got to question certain things of life and do your own research. It's the reason behind everything. And if you ask me, Jesus Christ was the biggest narcissist. Walking around Bethlehem and Jericho talking about, look at me, I'm the son of God. I can do this, I can do that. And you can't talk to my father unless you go through me. Who are you to tell me I can't talk to my own God unless I go through you? Just walking around Bethlehem being arrogant, talking about, oh, I've healed the dead. I made the blind see. He tried to put his mans on to walking on water. He tried to put his man's Peter on to walking on water. He was like, look, you can be like me. I'm Jesus, baby. I walk on water. You can walk on water like me. Just do it. Just got to believe in yourself, right? And Peter believed in what he said, and Peter started walking on water, and he was so overwhelmed by realizing he was really walking on water. He was so overwhelmed by his own power that he couldn't believe it, and he fell in the water. You know who I feel like right now? I feel like that snake that was on the tree of knowledge when God told Adam and Eve not to eat the apple, and the snake came down and was like, oh, hey, you can have this apple. I mean, God's not around. You know why he doesn't want you to have this apple? Because you're going to be like him. And you're going to be able to make your own decisions and be able to see and have your own willpower. Because they didn't know that they can make their own decisions. All they knew was God tell them this, tell them that. This was the only moment that they realized that you can make your own decisions. Yeah. If you have this apple, you're gonna be like him. Like, I won't tell if you won't. Come on, take a bite. Right? It's just weird anyway. But yeah, like, honestly, if Jesus was around today, he would be a celebrity. People openly loved him, openly hated him because he believed in himself so much. And he was good at something. He was still with them hoes, Mary Magdalene, and had a secret baby by her, allegedly. So that's why he had to secretly marry her. And essentially Jesus was going around teaching the knowledge of self-love, so much so that he was waking people up to waking up in themselves, to who they are in themselves, that he became a political threat, and they had to take him out. And we don't live in those times anymore. And anyone who really believes in their self is a political threat. And it's just like, what makes you think you could be better? What makes you think that you could get out of this? No, stand in line like the rest of us. And they just watch you be delusional and believing into yourself to the point that you manifest the life that you actually want. And I'm really breaking down so much occult knowledge in the most lamest terms. I just hope the right people hear what I'm saying, because God's the one who created the devil. God's the one who gave Satan dominion over this earth. Lucifer just wanted to be like him, and God was like, no, I just want to be like you. And he casted him down and gave him dominion over the earth. And all I'm saying is, use the devil for what God made him for, to your benefit. All I'm saying is, balance out your dark and light energy, because who's to say that if you die, if you pass and you go back to your higher self, and you don't know that your higher self is really half dark, half light, and they looking at you, your higher self looking at you like, bitch, why you didn't that nigga for the record deal? You was supposed to be a star. You was supposed to get money for your next generation to live on to that. Now you gotta go back down, reincarnate because you was too scary and you was just too humble. You know? I'm not saying be completely evil. I'm just saying do what you need to do for yourself, because nobody else is going to do it for you, and don't nobody want to see you do better than them. You know, even God was like, Lucifer, what? You know what? You go down there. I'm up here. All I'm saying is do your research of self-knowledge so you can find your purpose, because it's bigger than being fruitful and multiplying. It's either you die trying to manifest your purpose or you make it happen anyway. And be careful of people who try to scare you off your path because of certain rumors, because if you want to make it in Hollywood, you will. If you want to make it in any industry, you will. You just have to study how they play their game and know what you're going to sacrifice, know what you're going to give up. You have to be willing to sacrifice the person you used to be and everyone else who loved who you used to be and want you to stay who you used to be in order to become who you want to be, and by any means necessary. If you gotta say f*** your family, f*** your family. You gotta be happy. You gotta live with you. And another thing, it's just so interesting that overly spiritual people sometimes have a lot to say about successful people, but yet spiritual people are the most sexual people. So what does that have to say about you? That you're willing to damn near catch HIV in the name of the spirit? All I'm saying is make your own choices, question everything. It's your life and the world is yours. Just do your research. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you think of these topics. And this got really weird. It got really spiritual, but hey, that's what I'm here for. And make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Follow me at It's Black Pup. So to talk to you on my backup page. We can get to this next video.